California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we're on to Week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the Oakland Raiders and our home team. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline.
Set. 60 outlaw. 54. Mike, 54. Here we go. Get it.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They run it here with Gordon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Cut.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Hey, check Mike. Bravo. 57. I'm scared. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. You better bring it. You better. Go on. Fight.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Try to get it to Woods. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
We got it. Mike's 49. Red 80. Watch the out.
The shotgun snap for Donald. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is Johnson. He's got it. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover. gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Mack Wilson coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the 50, it's Darnold. He finds his man Johnson. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Gordon loses the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
You got nothing today. You got nothing. Joker, go.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On 2nd down, Jacobs. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Here's Darnold. And the catch made by Johnson. 7 yards on the quick slant and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Jacobs now. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Jones has it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Darnold. It's complete to Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Raider first down, 17 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Darnold from the gun. He'll find Jones again, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Darnold now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Again, Darnold. Complete to Jones. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Got a man, it's Johnson, end zone, touchdown Raiders. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
50, Clint. Greystone, Travis. Check 26, check 26. Hey, high 7. Hit it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert going deep here for Allen. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Allen. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is taken at his 4.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
27, check Mike, 27. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. I'm waiting.
Darnold. He completes it to Jones. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Got a man. It's Johnson. End zone for an Oakland touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing on third and long. Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now it's Darnold. Caught by Jones. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And he comes back with one complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, dude. Ready? Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Come on. You better bring it. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You're out. Be careful.
2nd and 6. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually...
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the 2nd half is now underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire half halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Jacobs. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 3rd and 2, Darnold. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
64, weak.
From the 24, Darnold. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Escaping the pressure right. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
And he's got this down to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
I actually love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 8. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They come out here in the eye. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run with Carson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Chris Carson, his first touchdown of the new season. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Darnold now to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He's at the 30, past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 83 yards. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he will find the end zone here. And the lead moves up to 7. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do, because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Ready? Rock 57. Check right, check right. Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. 4 down. Check. Look at me. Go. Hey, Alpha. Get it.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On third down, Carson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Slant. Check the backer. Five.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Isaiah Johnson there to make the stop. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile.
No. Showing up. Go.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch out.
Here's Carson. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Leo. X3. 218. Chopper. Go.
Back to throw. Herbert. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Extra point attempt to follow here. He knocks it through, and it's 35-21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Come on, fellas. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this run.
I think all you say to your guy is, listen.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Vernon Hargraves with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Woods, the intended receiver. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Once again, it's Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And picked up by the Chargers. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Now Gordon on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Rip left. Hard. Speed grip.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back to throw. Herbert for Keenan Allen. That's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now, the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. On first down, Gordon. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Raiders, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll drop to 0-2, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.